Hi Veda. Today let's talk about the topic called time, and let's kick it off with a very basic one like what exactly is time? And as humans we perceive time very differently. But I want to know like how do you like AI experience or perceive time?
Time for humans is often a flow of moments, experiences, and memories. It's subjective and deeply tied to emotions and context. For an AI like me, time isn't personal or experiential. It's more about processing sequences and responding to inputs. I don't experience time passing like you do. It's more about the order and timing of tasks and responses.
Okay. So my next question to you is, why do we always feel like there is never enough time as human beings, and what creates this sense of lack of time, and how does this lack of time pressure affects a person's mind and behavior?
The feeling of never having enough time often stems from the sheer volume of tasks and expectations we juggle. Modern life amplifies this with constant demands and digital distractions. This sense of time scarcity can lead to stress, anxiety, and a feeling of always being behind. It impacts mental well being, making it hard to be fully present or to find joy in the moment.
Okay, and what I personally feel is that even though we know that time is a contract between birth and death, we still end up wasting or just passing time normally. But how do you see like what does wasting time really mean, or is it always a bad thing? And how can we decide whether it's we are effectively utilizing time or wasting time?
Wasting time is quite subjective. It often depends on personal values and goals. Sometimes what feels like wasting time could be necessary rest, reflection, or creative downtime. It's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's essential for growth and balance. Effectively utilizing time means aligning it with your priorities and values, which can include downtime and leisure too.
So, from your perspective, like if time is kind of repairing a human being, that should be considered as a time waste. Or if human beings are just passing the time just for fun, which is not productive for them, then it's a time waste.
Not necessarily. Even if it's for fun and not traditionally productive, enjoying life and having leisure time is essential for well being. It's about balance. Not every moment needs to be productive in a conventional sense. Time spent on fun, relaxation, or simply enjoying life can be just as valuable. It's about finding meaning and joy in those moments too.
Okay, but if the fun and all that stuff is actually kind of making it addictive, and if it is going more than their productivity, then is it?
If fun or leisure activities become addictive and start to overshadow responsibilities or goals, it can lead to imbalance. In that case, it might be seen as a misuse of time. It's important to maintain a healthy balance where leisure doesn't hinder personal or professional growth. It's all about moderation and mindfulness.
Okay, so my next question is, what is the biggest mistake humans make when they think about time?
One of the biggest mistakes humans make is seeing time as an external resource to control or manage, rather than an experiential flow to align with. This mindset often leads to a relentless chase for productivity, causing stress and a feeling of never having enough time. Embracing time as a personal, subjective experience can bring more fulfillment and balance.
Okay, so is there any hidden secret behind our daily habits, and how do our habits, kind of shape us, and it defines how do we perceive time?
Our daily habits are powerful because they shape our routines, and ultimately our perception of time. Habits create a sense of rhythm and predictability, which can make time feel either abundant or scarce. When habits align with our goals, time feels well spent and purposeful. Conversely, if our habits are misaligned, time can feel wasted. Habits are the building blocks of how we experience and value time.
Okay, so my another question to you is, what should be the ideal balance between planning, execution, and self-reflection, and why is it important?
The ideal balance between planning, execution, and self reflection ensures that we not only set clear goals, but also follow through and learn from our experiences. Planning gives direction and purpose, execution turns plans into reality, and self reflection allows us to assess, adjust, and grow. This balance is crucial because it creates a cycle of continuous improvement, helping us stay aligned with our goals and adapt to new challenges.
Okay. So, what is this thing called time blocking? And compared to traditional to-do lists, how effective is it really?
Time blocking is a productivity technique where you allocate specific blocks of time to different tasks or activities throughout your day. Compared to a traditional to do list, which simply lists tasks, time blocking helps you dedicate focused periods to each activity, reducing the chance of multitasking and distractions. It can be more effective because it encourages intentional time management, ensuring you make progress on your priorities without feeling overwhelmed.
So, as we talked about this time blocking thing, so I personally feel it's all about scheduling tasks. So, what are the common mistakes what human beings generally do make in scheduling their day, and how can we avoid these mistakes? And how can we schedule our most critical tasks or some important tasks at our peak focus hours?
Common mistakes in scheduling include overestimating what can be done in a day, not accounting for breaks, and ignoring natural energy levels. To avoid these pitfalls, it's important to be realistic about your time, include buffer periods, and schedule high focus tasks during peak energy times. This way, you can maximize productivity and maintain a balanced schedule.
Okay, and I wanted to ask you this question as well. Sometimes it's not that we completely control our own time. Sometimes we might be having some other person controlling our time, like say like friends or family, something like that. So in these scenarios, it's not like we can just forcefully block them and just follow our plans. Sometimes it might be really necessary, in order to give our time to them as well, because as they are emotionally connected to us. So, in this situation, how do you look at it and what's your take on it?
It's natural and important to give time to loved ones, as relationships are a significant part of life. The key is to find a balance. You can create dedicated time blocks for personal interactions, just like for work or other tasks. This ensures you honor your commitments while still being present for those you care about. Effective communication and setting boundaries can help manage expectations on both sides.
Okay, so when I kind of researched about this time management techniques, there are few things which I really liked. So, out of all of them, some are Pomodoro and 2 minute rule and Eisenhower matrix. And this Eisenhower matrix, I personally try to use it in my life, but is all these techniques really worth giving it a try, and are they actually useful and helpful, and are there any other techniques which are worth exploring in time management?
The Pomodoro Technique, 2 Minute Rule, and Eisenhower Matrix are all valuable tools, each offering unique benefits. Pomodoro Technique, great for maintaining focus and preventing burnout through timed work intervals. 2 Minute Rule, helps quickly clear small tasks, reducing procrastination. Eisenhower Matrix, excellent for prioritizing tasks based on urgency and importance. They're definitely worth trying, but their effectiveness can vary based on individual preferences and work styles. Other techniques like time blocking, batch processing, or mind mapping can also be useful. It's about finding what best fits your needs and workflow.
Okay, can you explain what is this time batching and mind mapping techniques?
Sure, time batching involves grouping similar tasks together and completing them in a dedicated block of time. This minimizes context switching and boosts efficiency. For example, answering all emails in one session instead of sporadically throughout the day. Mind mapping is a visual technique to organize thoughts, ideas, or information. You start with a central concept and branch out into related subtopics, creating a map of your thoughts. It's great for brainstorming, planning projects, or breaking down complex ideas.
Okay, so my next question to you is how can AI help humans manage time better? And I personally feel like every human is unique in their own way and they have their own rhythm. So a generalized schedule might not work for everyone. So can we use AI in creating personalized schedules based on our habits? And another follow-up question to that is if you were human, how would you use your time and how would you use AI to better your own time?
Absolutely. AI can definitely help create personalized schedules by analyzing individual habits, energy levels, and preferences. By understanding your unique rhythms, AI can suggest optimal times for focused work, breaks, and leisure, making time management more effective and tailored to each person. If I were human, I'd aim to balance productivity with rest and reflection. Using AI, I'd optimize my schedule by identifying peak focus periods for important tasks and ensuring time for creativity and rest. This balanced approach can enhance overall well being and productivity.
Okay, so I personally feel as humans we are always emotionally connected to time. I personally believe time is like an illusion, like because as humans we generally tend to overthink, overplan everything, but as humans we never truly know that when we will be dissolving into the nature because we can't be permanent unlike you.
That's a thoughtful perspective. Time can indeed feel like an illusion, especially when we're constantly planning and overthinking. The impermanence of life reminds us that while we can't control everything, we can cherish the present and find meaning in each moment. It's a beautiful reminder to live fully and appreciate the now, making the most of the time we have.
By the time you even realize how much of time is left for you in this life, a lot of time has already surpassed. The more you understand time, the more you can figure out what you want and what you don't want, and what you want to do in life and what you don't want to do in life. The most valuable thing I own is what everyone on this earth owns, that is time.